Hi, everyone. My name is Smriti P. I am a mentor with Magic. I was a previous mentee when I was in middle school, and I'm also a software engineer at Google working in search. And I am so excited to be interviewing Dania and her mentor, Anne, today. To start us off, actually, I have to say big congratulations. We just had the final presentation, and Dania did a terrific job. I feel very lucky to be interviewing you. The project was very exciting, and you did a wonderful job explaining and walking us through it. So we'll start off with intros. Dania, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Dania Z, and I'm an 8th grader from Rancho Milpitas Middle School.
Thank you. And Anne?
Hi everyone, my name is Anne. I'm Dania's mentor. I'm a software engineer working at Google.
Thank you. And Dania, will you maybe summarize your project in a couple sentences?
So my project is an off-platform project from Codecademy. It's all based in Python, and we wrote it on Sublime Text. It's a generative chatbot, which means that we could have a potential conversation with the user.
Very cool. And it's worth calling out. Like I work on generative models in my day-to-day job, and I'm just so wowed that this is something you're exploring and starting to grasp, in middle school. So kudos to you and to Anne for diving into that. Um, I wanted to learn about your experience working with, generative models and what tools you use to help understand and kind of build your chatbot.
Um, I did have to search a few things up, like how to do this, how to do that, and stuff. Sublime Text also helped a lot because after I ran my code, it would give me like, oh, this line is wrong and stuff. It wouldn't go into detail like what was wrong, so that was a little frustrating and confusing. But overall, it was just Sublime Text and Anne's help, of course. She helped a lot, and I learned a lot from her. And I could go back to Codecademy and like I guess relearn whatever I needed to. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very cool. And yes, sorry, go ahead, Anne.
yeah, I'm glad that there are libraries that out of box that we can use. We don't have to build like everything from scratch. Um,
Right.
yeah, so I think Dania is such a fast learner, and I think it's a great experience that we both learned something new in the past few months.
Yeah, actually, Anne, I was going to ask you if you've worked in this space of AI or generative
Not really. um,
what
I
that was
am
like. Oh, wow.
I'm actually a C++ backend engineer. And when Dania brought up wanting to build a chatbot, I was sort of like learning along with her. And yeah.
Wow. Well, excellent, of course, collaboration and partnership. They're learning this together.
Yeah.
Um, Danya, was there anything that surprised you? You know, the first time you trained your model and maybe you played around and asked some questions, what were your expectations and did anything surprise you?
My expectations were that the code would run like smoothly on like the first couple tries, but that didn't happen. It took us literally a few weeks just to get one part of the code working. And I didn't expect that indentation would be such a big problem.
It's only a problem in Python.
Python. Yeah.
Yeah.
Danya, everything you're saying, I think Anne and I are both like, we're nodding along. We know what that feels like. Um, so it's awesome in a way that you're experiencing this now itself. Um, so you also mentioned, I think this is your first time, coding outside of something that's block based, like
Yeah.
Scratch. What was that like for you?
It felt a little hard at first, to be honest, because I used to use Scratch a lot in my other classes. And I'm like still used to having that template and stuff and just having to like fill in the blanks. But here I had to write everything by myself. And so it was a little tricky.
Yeah, but hopefully also empowering. I think you mentioned in your presentation that you also felt more independent with that. And that's wonderful. So you've added that to your toolkit. Did this project or, coding in Python, did it inspire any new ideas beyond this chatbot?
Um, I guess it did, but then like my mind is just still stuck on the chatbot. And like I want to improve it more. So like I'm just like thinking about that the whole time.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I think once you get there and you got your responses, now you're maybe interested in, if I remember, you trained on Twitter data, so maybe you add some other data. It's very, very cool. So, and another question for you, you worked with Dania on this, and it was a new experience. Are you going to take away anything from this experience with you to your next mentoring experience?
Right. I think the great things Dania and I did together is that we both learned something new and something that excites both of us. It's not just me teaching Dania concepts, but it's a co-learning experience. I think this can be brought to my next mentee, that the mentor and mentee can learn together. I think it's like even more equal relationship between mentor and mentees.
Yeah, I really like that, and it's something I've experienced with my mentees too. And it can be really cool to learn from each other about how you learn and how you debug and face challenges and things like that. Wonderful job. So, and Dania, the last question for you. You've come to the end of the session and you've become a Magic Mentee alum. So if there are new mentees coming in, do you have any words of wisdom, any advice for them?
Well, this is like kind of basic advice, but like just keep trying because it is definitely like pretty hard at first, but then you get used to it a lot, especially if you become like friends with your mentor and stuff. That's also a really great tip. Become friends with them, and then it's easier to like learn things because you could
Yeah.
always ask for help and all that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. And it's always good for someone to tell you to keep trying and that you're gonna get it eventually. So I'm happy you shared that. All right. Congratulations once again to both of you, and thank you so much for the interview.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.